okay, to finish. If he pulls the arm around, I'm catching the arm, transitioning into an arm bar here. If I want to, I didn't really cover this too much, but when his hands are up defending, I was talking about controlling the wrist here. But I don't have to. Also, when I attack with the arm, his job is to defend moving away, and we were catching him here and doing this fundamental arm bar. But I don't have to wait for him to defend for me to attack the arm bar. So I want to work on that, and then we'll work on more of kind of like defensive offense, if that makes sense. Because this guy, when he's in front, is trying to get away. So what to do to prevent him from getting away while we try to finish, we'll work on mostly this week. So if I want to go for the arm bar here, his hands are up defending, I'm still on the wrist. And what I want to do is I want to switch my grip. So normally I'm here, okay? I'm going to switch my hand and get on this sleeve. I'm sorry, this wrist here. Now all I need to do is bring him back, circle my arm around, and I've got a good frame here to keep his head away. So even if he wants to turn into me to try to stay tight, I can keep him away with this forearm. And now this goes from half guard across, and I'm forcing him away and passing the leg, and now I'm just pulling the arm here. So I'm setting up the arm bar from the back, where normally I'm here and controlling this grip so he can't move my arm over his head. This one here, but what I'm gonna do is switch, boom, pull him back, and look, my foot goes on the hip here. My knee is tight. And now what I want to do is loop my arm around without breaking my grip, force his head away, out of half guard across his body, pass the leg, and look to finish the arm bar. Okay, let's play with that for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and look at when these guys are trying to escape, how to keep them. And I've covered most of this, but we're going to drill it more live, just so we can maintain. Because back's such a dominant position, I don't want to lose it when they're scrambling. I want to have an answer for every move they make, so we can keep the back. All right, so again,
let's do this
harder for me.
This
is a little. This is not difficult. It's you know. The foot from here to here might be considered like intermediate to advanced technique. It's not. It's not. You're going to develop this on your own after you fail too many times trying to finish kind of even to him, where your eyes are even with the back of his head. You need to change the angle a little. Here to here allows me to clear and see what's going on down here. I can see his lapel. I can see what he's doing with his hands. I can see how my hooks look. It's easier to operate because it's also easier to pass my arms. It's just easier to be able to see, you know, into the breadbasket, this is where everything is happening. So, you know, here, not so good. Here, better. And here I can control him. He's not going anywhere. He's pinched between my knees. So go ahead, Tim, like he's trying to escape and get out. I can keep him here, okay? I can keep him here. So I want you guys to get used to this position, a little higher, like your chin should be above his head so I have visibility to everything going on here. Now, from here, again, he's trying to get his back flat to the mat. But if I'm here, it's hard for him to do, okay? Even if with this wrist, if he pops this out and steps over, look, I've got such a dominant position, I can keep this grip. Sorry, Tim, my piece is ejected. Sit him up and take his back again, right? I never lose anything with this grip. Even if my hooks are completely out, I can take the back again. So I just want to get used to this grip on the hand. And all we're trying to do is get our hand in the collar. Now, once my hand's in the collar here, I'm looking to take it out. And now with this hook here, I can redirect him the other side with my hips. And now I'm sitting up, looking to finish the bow and arrow, okay? So this is the more, you know, when we're teaching it with the technique during class, it's like paint by numbers. It's step 1, step 2, it's easy, right? Like as though they're gonna fall right into that process, that flow. But this is what really happens. I attack him, he's trying to get out and go to the mat. So I'm here controlling. Looking for the collar, looking for the arm, but if I get the collar, I'm here. This hook is what's the leverage to take him to the other side. So once I go from here to here, and look, I'm leading with my heel. My heel is finding. If his arm is tight, my heel is getting into that bend in his elbow, and boom, I'm working my way in there. And now from here, I'm opening up, sitting up, grabbing, looking to finish my modified bow and arrow. Okay? Excuse me. Let's drill this one.
Number 2 is that Tim already wants to dive away. It's hard for him to do that when you pull him back and already start getting your foot on his hip.
Look, this is already across, and my foot's already on his hip. Okay, I'm nowhere near looking in the back of his head. I created distance between my chin and his head. This is where I want to be. Okay, now I've got the angle to dig this in. I can fish here. I can close over his arm. Okay, if I can't get my heel in, just close over if you have to. But the entire time I'm trying to get in his collar too and control his arm and get in his collar. Now again, if he is trying to take the hook out here with his forearm, I need to be attacking the neck. Anytime someone's hands reach down for your hooks, that means they're not protecting their neck, and I need to be in their neck finishing. Okay? So all I want to focus on is changing the position from this to this. And look, my foot on his hip here can push him away. So I create the space I need, and then I have a better angle to get this in, and now I can take all day. If you ever get to this position here, or Tim, if you get here, there's other finishes here. Look, I can take him to the other side and start looking to finish triangle here. Boom. Okay, I got some other options here that we didn't cover because there's a ton of them, but I just covered the ones you'll use 80% of the time, but there's some other things too. So we're going to drill maintaining. Like I said, this week we should see more finishes and escapes because we had worked escapes and I was hoping to see more escapes, but now that this is a week we're trying to put it all together, let's try to finish them from the back and not let them escape so much. So let's stay tight, control the wrists, make sure one over, one under, keep them tight, feet on the hips, watch your hooks. If they're trying to escape, that wrist is going to, the other thing, I'm sorry. One more thing. If for whatever reason he goes into my choking arm and starts getting flat here, look, again, this top leg here needs to come under and lift. And then close your guard. Lock your feet, pinch your knees. That's the same as this. It's even better here because now he can't turn into me because I'm blocking his thigh. So he can't flatten out and turn into me. So now I'm here ready to choke. And as soon as I get this choke, I can finish standard bow and arrow. Or I can just lift him up, take my leg out, sit up, and look to finish here. Boom. Or pass the leg over and do the same thing. Boom. Okay? But two things. I want better wrist control when we're working it, and if they move into the choking hand like I did, use this top leg to control. He's trying to get flat. From here I would have to go to mount, and he would push me in a half guard. But if I go here and lift, I still have his back. I can still do all the same attacks. Okay, so work on this configuration with your legs too and locking. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and work on it. Ready?